The Morning Tea with Mikey and Neeyah on Windy City Underground.
Good morning, Chicago. Welcome to the Morning Tea. I'm Mikey, and with me today is a very special guest, our guest co-host, Mitch.
Hey.
Unfortunately, Neeyah couldn't be here. All I can say is, Neeyah, get well, baby. We have a great show for you guys today. We are going to be talking about a few things. Cardi B going to jail? Yes, Cardi turned herself into police a few days ago.
What?
Yeah, she turned herself in. But she was looking fierce while doing it. The other thing is we're going to be talking about the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle's family problems. You know, if for all those who don't remember, our black, half black, half white, but she's still black no matter what. Black Duchess who is married to Prince Harry.
She's the blackest in the family. Dude.
Yeah, she pretty much is. And then we're going to also be talking about the Kavanaugh hearings and everything that went on with that. And then we also have a on-phone interview with psychedelic artist Jessalyn Ragus from San Francisco, California. So we got that call coming in later today. We're going to start it off with some Cardi B talk. Y'all know, everybody knows Cardi B is she is my everything. I love her. But Cardi...
We talking about Cardi again. Cardi been in the news, man. All week.
Cardi, she just been... Okay, let me break
She
it down.
been throwing hands all week.
Well, no, she legally wasn't throwing hands because the story is that Cardi B was allegedly the one who orchestrated an entire assault on another stripper at a strip club because allegedly the stripper was messing around with Offset. P.S. I don't know why Cardi's acting so surprised. Everybody slept with Offset.
Say,
name one person who has not slept with Offset. I'm pretty sure I might have slept with Offset.
Migos,
I don't know.
The Migos, they pass it around.
Oh yeah, the Migos, they pass everything around. They pass it all around.
They pass it around, baby.
Except Cardi, she's kind of like the princess of the group now. But yeah, Cardi B turned herself in, and she's being charged with aggravated assault and conspiracy. I think a conspiracy to cause drama, if anything. Because I'm like, how do you do that? Like, she did some straight up mafia stuff. Let's just be honest. She did some straight up mafia stuff.
She did that Birdman move. She pulled up. She had somebody pull up on them.
Yeah, she had somebody pull up on them, and she kind of just sat in the back like, yeah, I bet you leave my man alone now.
Made that bird call.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Cardi, but here's my question. Do you think this will have any impact on her career?
No, because her whole career is around drama. So that's how she got here now.
Yeah,
the drama.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, let me just say this. I'm not gonna go and say she's like our generation's Tupac. I'm not gonna go that far.
We can't go that far.
I mean, I love Cardi, but come on.
Yeah.
Tupac corrupt rings around her. But my thing with Cardi is that she is our generation's. She's the new Little Kim. Same thing we said about Nicki Minaj, and I'm not trying to bring up the fraud on the show this morning. But it's the same thing. She's going to jail. I'm pretty much Remy Ma. Let's bring that up. She might be going to. If she goes to jail, she'll be the next Remy Ma. But I think Cardi will have the longevity that unfortunately Remy Ma did not. Remy Ma didn't see. You get me? Where Remy came back and she hasn't really had that many chart toppers since then. As opposed to Cardi, she's broken records up until this point, so she will have a base to come back to if she goes to jail. I don't think she's going to go to jail though. What do you think?
No, I don't think so. She's gonna lawyer up real good, and everything's gonna be fine. I don't think she's going to jail.
You don't think she's going to jail?
No. And if she do go to jail, I mean, come on, she got the money. She'll be out in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she got the money if she pays the stripper off. And no tea, no shade. This sounds like.
Yeah, strippers do want to get paid off.
Yeah, no, this sounds like something I don't. I respect Cardi for turning herself in because she obviously felt like, you know what, I did do. If she did do it, that's her admitting guilt. But sometimes it's just like, look, if they feel like I orchestrated this whole thing, then let me just come in and do that bit. But I'll tell you my reason why. But all we can do is just say, pray for Cardi. That's all I can say. Pray for Cardi, everybody. Speaking of other drama with our black women this lovely morning, Meghan Markle family drama. I know there's some of you out there going, who the hell is Meghan Markle? Well, everybody needs to know. Remember the royal wedding?
Right.
The
That's
Duchess
her.
of Sussex? The
Sussex.
Black Princess?
That's
Sussex.
her.
Thank you, Matt. Everybody, our producer Matt just corrected me because I said Sussex.
No, that's what it is.
It's Sussex. Sussex. Okay, we're gonna stop talking about the sex. Anyways, so she's been having a lot of family drama, and one of the things that she's been going through is not a mother, sorry, because her mother Doria is amazing, but a father and a half sister who have been doing nothing but making money off of her name and her image in the world of the media. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with the pleas of let us come talk to you, Meghan, from her father, and she's a snake from her half sister, and all this other stuff that's just been going on with the Duchess. But recently, she has been getting some bad press from just one source, her sister, who was also a reporter, and the sister apparently went to London to try to talk to her sister as if the royal guards are going to let some journalists off the street walk into the royal palace, walk through the gates of Windsor Castle, come up to the gates and go, yes, I'm the Duchess's sister, can I see her?
Right.
No.
She's on a whole nother level. You can't do that.
But here's my question, and this is a question I think some people can relate to. Does fame change things when it comes to family?
Absolutely. You say what happened to Michael Jackson? Like, with Never Never Land? Even his family couldn't even go into couldn't go to Never Never Land without getting a request, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I mean, it all deals with requests. I remember seeing the Michael Jackson movie, and everybody, and if you remember the scene, they were like, we have to schedule an appointment to see our own little brother.
Right.
Like, like, that's that thing. But the thing with Meghan's situation is she has, her mother is being regal throughout this whole thing. Her mother is being stoic and regal. She's not really causing she's not really causing any issues. But her family seems to, her family on her father's side seems to be investing much more in her than she has allegedly said they have in the past. When she was just Meghan Markle, actress, they were like, yeah, we on good terms. Yeah, she is over there. But now that she's royalty,
she got that royal money now.
Now she's got that royal money, not that TV money. She's got that royal money. Now it's changing for her.
Queen Elizabeth on the dollar bill and everything,
Yeah, the Queen of England is your grandmother-in-law. Come on now, but I think you have to have a strong family in order for them not to act the way that they're acting. Because Doria, her mother, throughout this entire deal, yes, I'm pretty sure Doria was a part of that, and if you guys have any opinion on this, please leave us a section in the comments on Facebook. If your Doria, the mother, has been very stoic throughout this whole thing, she's not doing interviews. There was the alleged after the wedding that she was going to do an interview with Oprah, and she said, no, I'm not doing. She released a statement saying, no, I'm not doing an interview with Oprah. She's only released one statement.
So she's more down to earth.
Yeah, the mother's more down to earth.
More down to earth.
Yeah, the mother was a yoga instructor.
She's very content. She's happy that her baby is she's a princess now. She got on them clear heels and everything.
Yeah, so I get Doria, but my question though is, can this show the world that Meghan was never really all that tight with her white side of the family? And I'm sorry to make this a racial thing, but it's the truth, everybody. Is she more in touch with her white side of the family than anything?
It definitely could come out, yeah. It's definitely going to expose everything, And the father is acting like Bobby Brown. He kind of reminds me of Bobby Brown.
Let's not use Bobby Brown's name in today's sentence. But no, let me just be honest. Let me just say this, because one of the stories that her sister Samantha Markle has said is that she wants to meet with Meghan, and that and that they have a right to do this. That's the one thing that she said. She said she had the right to do this because we're family and we also have to make a living. Are you all living in the poorhouse or something? That's my question. Are you all broke, can't make ends meet, so you have to sell out your half-sister to the media? Because it doesn't seem that way. It seems that this is a family this is a side of the family that wants to get a cut in, but because of the distance that she's not responding, it makes you wonder, was she ever really close to her half-sister to begin with? Maybe her and her father have had a rough relationship, but I don't think her and her sister were ever close by any means.
Okay.
And so she's now kind of like on this path. But Samantha said she just wants to speak to Meghan and everything else. But I understand why the Duchess wouldn't want to speak to her, because she's like, if we have a conversation, what makes me think you're not either recording this or you're going to talk to the press about this? The only way, and I say this, the only way that she would probably get an interview, or not an interview, well, she is a reporter, she'd probably treat it like an interview. The only way she'll get a sit down with her sister is if she agrees not to go to the press. And I'm sorry, the Duchess would have to respond publicly. That's the only way that's going to work.
Right.
If we really want to be true, since her sister is publicly saying, I want to reach out and I just want to have a conversation, then Meghan needs to come out publicly and say, I'll reach out to you as long as I'm confident that whatever we talk about will not get back to the media. Right. And she needs to make that statement public, because you know what that does? That puts everything in the court of public opinion.
Okay, yeah.
And when you're dealing with the court of public opinion, that'll change everything. So if her sister did come out and say something, it doesn't matter if it's true. If she said, yeah, Meghan hates my father, and she says she's not taking care of him, even if it's true, the court of public opinion will look at her sister Samantha and go, you dirty lying bitch. Because you publicly said you would, because you publicly have now talking about all this information when you publicly said to your sister you wouldn't. So that's the only way I think the royal family can solve the Samantha Markle situation, is only if, and this is a big if, they allow the Markles to make fools out of themselves.
Yeah, I think it's best that the family just stay away from it, you know, because it's a whole different level, you know, it's a whole different level of, it's a whole different lifestyle. So when you're on that level, sometimes you gotta keep certain family members away, you know, just keep them out, just keep them away, let them stay over there, you know, stay on the other side of the hill.
Yeah, well, let me just also say this. When it comes to money and family, it's one of the toughest things you can ever deal with.
Absolutely. Because
you have family who suddenly don't know how to act.
Yeah, freeloaders.
And then, well, I wouldn't even say freeload. Well, yeah, freeloading, but I wouldn't even say freeloading, because this is not a case of freeloading. They aren't asking her for a dime.
Right.
What they're doing is they're selling her out for their own dime.
Yeah.
And I think that's even worse when you know it's family. You know it's family, so you're kind of forced to kind of have to make that decision. So, of cutting your family off. And then we also have to remember, if you all watch The Crown, which I do, though the royal family is a very tight-knit family that likes to deal with everything behind the scenes. So we'll never know what's really happening. But I do know one thing. Because Samantha Markle is not in the royal house, we can't take anything she says for word. Especially the lies and everything she tells about her sister.
Right. Saying,
my sister's doing this, Prince Harry, leave them alone. Let me just say this. Let me give a little quick tea to Samantha Markle. Samantha, they don't care. Your sister obviously has issues with you, and you have to look at yourself in order to figure out what that issue may be. Sometimes we all have to take a look at ourselves when we're dealing with a situation that is very stressful, when we're having arguments and conflictions with one another, with whether it be friends or family. We sometimes always have to take ourselves out of ourselves and take a look and go, what am I doing that's making this the way it is? What am I doing that's making this situation just happen like that? What am I doing that's causing these people to react to me? What am I doing that's making everybody want to shun me out? And that is what Samantha Markle needs to have done, and I don't think she's done it. She doesn't think she's done anything wrong. But when you continue to sell your sister out, and you can't be that one person of confidence in this new life that is nothing but rigid procedure and rules, then you know what? You're going to continue to not have a relationship with her. Welcome back, Chicago. Thank you for joining us on the Morning Tea. I'm Mikey. Neeyah's out today, but joining me today is Mitch.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Okay, everybody, so we're back, and I have a very special guest with us, a dear friend of mine who I've known since I was 18, and she can tell you all quite some stories about Mikey. She is psychedelic artist Jessalyn Ragus. She's calling in right now from San Francisco, California, my home. I love it. So I just want to say not just a big thank you, but a big good morning to Jessalyn Ragus. How you doing, Jessa?
Hi, darling. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for joining us. Oh my God, this is my first interview, and I'm happy to have an old dear friend do it. But not just an old dear friend, probably one of the greatest up and coming artists that California will ever see.
How's that California weather out there?
So, Jessa, if you can you explain to everybody out there who might not know what psychedelic erotica is? Can you explain to everybody?
Yeah, so, I just kind of picked up the psychedelic recently, but it's more of like a feeling. When you look at my art, it's like collage, it's illustration, but it's got that kind of like 70s vibe, 60s, 70s vibe to it. Very slow, very wavy, very colorful.
Okay, so and somebody is calling us right now. They don't need to, but yeah. So I do know that when I knew your art, I knew when your art was just kind of like really trying to start out, and it was and it was kind of just little sketches here and there. Now I look at your art, and you all follow her at Jessa J on Instagram, because you get to really do see Jessie J. Oh yeah, not Jessa J, Jessie J. Jessie J on Instagram, because her artwork is full of colors, psychedelic colors. If you really want to say something, it very does speak to the heart of San Francisco. But tell me, what inspires you with your art?
I'm inspired by like everything. It literally could be like a piece of paper on the ground that I find, like a person that I see walking on the street. But I do have to say, a lot of my stuff, I do look at a lot of porn.
Hey.
That's like, yeah, it's part of the job too. I enjoy it as well, but
You bookmark it.
Hey. Just so everybody knows, it's a room full of guys right now, because unfortunately our one girl is not here, and I'm pretty sure all the guys here can relate.
We all smile.
They're smiling right now. They're like, she watches porn. That is a plus.
We got a lotion right next to us.
No, don't bring up the lotion. But I mean, that's great. I guess that's what makes it erotic. But right? But is there anything like your stuff in California right now? I know there's nothing like that in Chicago.
I work a lot in collage now, and it's not really, I don't know, like accredited medium, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people see it as a problem of, copyright issues and things like that, but so it's basically I'm just taking things apart, putting it back together in my, like, through my lens. So I don't know, it's interesting how that can get like misconstrued as like copyright or stealing art, stuff like that, because it's like I look at my stuff and I don't see anything out there quite like it. I know there's a couple artists here that I'm friends with, and we share like similar mediums, but our styles are just so different. So I haven't really seen anything like my stuff, especially with the nudity. that definitely is different.
Yeah, sidebar for everybody, if you do go look on there, you're going to get a lot of nudity. You're going to get a lot of artwork, but you're going to get a lot of nudity.
Hey, that's fine with me. That's fine with me.
So to actually touch base on that, you were just talking about copyright issues and everything else. I want to get into a situation that I know you can probably relate. We all relate, us in media, we can all relate to censorship. Like right now, I can't say any curse words because we're of censorship.
Right.
And everybody knows I curse like a sailor. Matt's over there nodding his head because he's like, yes, you do. You do curse like a sailor.
I like
So, one of the things that I do know came up with was, and I'm just going to inform our listeners, right now, Jessa is creating a psychedelic erotic version of tarot cards. And I've seen some of them, and again, go on her Instagram and look them up. They're vivid, they're beautiful, and they're erotic. But lately she's been getting a lot of flack. You want to tell everybody about that flack you've been getting?
Yeah, basically, so, social media is kind of the artist's way to get their work out in the world currently. I mean, you could go the old-fashioned route, but it's a little harder that way. But, being on social media, they have their policies, they have their moral whatever, compass that they've got. But I've been getting a lot of my stuff taken down for reasons being just nipple and genitalia, which is, to me, it's like, we all got it. We all got a human body. We're all in this, meat puppet. It's all the same. But it's, it's been seen as like such a sexual thing for so long that people can't really separate their sexual pleasures from just looking at art, I guess. And also, I mean, who knows, the social media things have bots and stuff, and they're not really, set up to know the difference between a pornographic image that, may be offensive versus an art piece. So that's kind of what I've been dealing with lately. It's just a lot of my stuff being taken down. I'm not able to display it anywhere besides, in person. Mm-hmm. I just actually had to switch printers as well because I got a fun little message from them saying that they would no longer print my images.
Oh, wow.
It contains what it contains, which is like everything I do. So, yeah, it's a lot of like just trying to find the right people and find who appreciates the work and where I can post it and where I can't. So.
Yeah, well, I know that probably sucks. I mean, looking at the work, it does seem very, it is erotic, but here's the thing, it's not like she's filmed, it's not really pornographic, it's more artist, it's more art. Like, I mean, are they going to take the Statue of David and cover it up now? Like, is that something that they're going to do? Because one of the images that she did have, it was a nude, naked black guy on a horse.
Okay.
In ballet slippers, I think ballet slippers or Mary Jane's, one of the two, and he's sitting on the horse and schlong hanging all out everybody. And I know there's some people this morning going, "Are we really going to hear schlongs this early in the morning?" Yes, we are. And I do know that was one of the pictures that you said got a lot of censorship. But my one thing that I found very suspicious is that picture got, oh, it's bad, it's horrible. But the picture of a woman naked from the waist up is okay.
Right, exactly.
So,
yeah.
like,
and it's, recently, I've been having to censor my stuff for it not to be taken down, and even when I do that, it still takes it down, which I don't know how goes against the community guidelines if it's covered, but then I see, all of these, like, other, profiles, and it's just, like, girls, twerking or booty out, and, I mean, I posted it at the butt the other day and got it taken down. So, I feel like it's either somebody being a little selective up there in the cloud, or it's just, random. I mean, I don't know what else to kind of blame it on, but a little disheartening that, like, you can't express yourself, you can't put yourself out there when things, because I don't find my material offensive in any way. I feel like it speaks to a lot of people. It kind of invites everyone to the party. But, you know, there's always going to be opposers.
And that was the tea on that. We're going to, actually, I'm going to have a little fun moment right now. Again, when I said in the beginning of the interview, for all those that don't know, Jessa knew me when she knew 18-year-old me. So 18-year-old me, she said, we go way back. That's how far me and her go way back. When we were both like, and the funny thing is, we're both the same age. We're both Scorpios. Her birthday's, I think, your birthday's 2 weeks more than mine, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were both little 18-year-old kids going to San Francisco and trying to get our dreams. And I was an acting major, and she can tell you right now, what you hear right now is a little more tame than what you.
Oh yeah. Michael was very outspoken. I mean, we all were, but that was fun time.
I mean, I was the one who was getting kicked out of dorms because there was this one girl. I'm going to quickly tell the story real quick, just because I feel like Jessica can spill a little tea with this on me. If you remember, there was this girl in the dorm who kept harassing her. She was her name, and she kept messing with this girl. She was her name was Shanika, Sharkeisha. I don't remember the girl's name. That's how much she. Quaniqua. I know, right? Like completely black girl name, and she would, and just only child, white girl from Southern California, right, darling?
Hey.
Like Central California,
Central
town.
Yeah, from
like
Central.
1,000 people, very small.
Yes, comes in, and Jessa was always sweet to me. She was kind of like she was like a mama bear with me. She was very caring, and this girl kept messing with her, and I'm like, okay, Bish. We can say Bish, by the way, not with an S at the end, by the way. But I'm like, this Bish, she is messing with this girl, picking on her. So one day we were in the cafe. Do you remember this?
I do.
And the girl, Quaniqua, kept saying, I was looking at her, and I was like, I'm like, I have a lazy eye, sorry. And she was like, oh, okay. She walked out, and I was like, if that big fat bitch don't get out of my face. And she walked back in. She comes like a rhino, just came like an elephant, just came right back in. And she's like, so you're gonna keep talking? And I was like, yes, I am. And then it was we were going back and forth.
Standoff for sure.
It was the standoff, and I remember Jessa just standing there like, oh.
It was like watching a ticket game. That's or like, what's gonna happen? Oh my god.
And I went off on that girl because I already had beef with her because I said, you're picking on a friend of mine. And then also she was spreading around the campus that Jessa was a racist. Let me tell you something. I know a racist when I see one. And she, she's not a racist. And when you see her appreciate, and that's the other thing I do want to tell to our listeners, if you really look at her art, some of her artwork is a lot of it appreciation of African Americans. One of her pieces of Janelle Monáe is beautiful, and a lot of people on campus here have looked at it, have said like that's their favorite piece. So this is someone who also has an appreciation for people of color and the way she draws them. It's not a caricature of what we would think of in, the old time Mammy and everything else. It's an appreciation because she brings the colors to the forefront and makes it vivid and chocolatey and beautiful. So least racist person right there. So I'm spilling the tea on somebody who I've known for 7 years. But we're gonna let her go right now, which I'm sad, but we'll talk later. I want to thank everybody here. Wants to thank you, Jessalyn, Ragus, for joining us on the morning tea. If I could clap, I would clap. Mitch, clap. Everybody clap. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, of course. I'm so proud of you, Mikey.
Aw, thank you, and I'm so proud of you too. We're making waves. So thank you guys. So thank you guys for joining us on the morning tea. We'll be right back, and thank again, Miss Jessalyn Ragus. We'll be right back, everybody. Known her since we were both 18 years old. So she's a dear old friend, and I want to again thank her so much for being the first guest on the morning tea. So we're going to switch gears right now, and we're going to have Hottie and Naughty of the Week. So our Hottie of the Week is Dr. Christine Blasey Ford. Dr. Christine Blasey Ford is Hottie of the Week, not because of her looks, but for her courageous efforts when she came forward and spoke at Brett Kavanaugh's Supreme Court confirmation hearing. And she spoke about the allegations that he, when they were both teenagers, sexually assaulted her. And I have to say, watching the interview, she was courageous, she was strong, she was everything we want our survivors to be.
Right, it takes a lot to do that. So,
it takes a lot to do that. And our Naughty of the Week is Brett Crybaby Kavanaugh.
With his mean face.
Not just mean face, but crybaby face.
Got that Jason
Come
face.
on, just a cry. I wanted to change his diaper when I was watching that whole thing. Like, come on. These are the men of, I'm sorry, but these are the men of the Trump administration. These are the ones who are the ones really PMSing. Let's just get that out of the way. These guys, they're the true PMSers of this group. Of the world. These are men who are trying to take away women's rights, because I think one of the things that Brett Kavanaugh, what is hurting a lot of people about his confirmation, that there is a possibility he might want to revoke Roe versus Wade. And I know everybody out there is, probably like, we don't really care about Brett Kavanaugh, this is the morning tea, but let me spill a little tea on this. Brett Kavanaugh is a sneaky little bitch who is going to take away a lot of rights for women in this country. And one of the things that I have to say about the whole hearing process is that it was unfair. The hearing was unfair for Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, because they treated her as if, the hearing came off a little bit as a, we don't believe you, you're lying, you barely can remember. But let me tell you this, Brett Kavanaugh and Blasey Ford are both in their middle-aged. Like, let me ask you, can you remember what you did in high school freshman year?
Freshman year, I did a lot. I did a lot. It's a lot, it's a lot of new things going on.
Mm-hmm. Matt, can you remember what you did in high school?
Mm-hmm.
You can remember when you were drunk?
I didn't really drink in high school.
Probably the first time you was drunk. Right?
You didn't drink in high school. Matt said he didn't drink in high school.
That's all right. You righteous. You're a righteous man. I understand.
I mean, I got to college and that all changed completely.
But can you really remember can you really remember details as of can you remember a friend's house, especially if they weren't a good friend? Like insignificant moments that you don't hold dear. Like one of the questions that were asked of her was, where was the house? What was this going on? All this other stuff. And just questions where it's that's insignificant to the moment. And she couldn't remember, and they tried to use that to discredit her, saying, oh, she can't even remember. When you're drunk, can you really remember how many drinks you had?
Right.
Think about it. When you had a beer, Matt, because I don't drink beer, can you remember, and you've been down in them, do you down beers like that? I don't know. Oh, he does. He's shaking his head like, yes, I do. Can you remember when you did that? How many you've done? You lose count, don't you?
Right.
So, and that's the other thing. We have to remember that these two were teenagers. Now, this is the one thing I will give Brett Kavanaugh. He was a teenager during that time. He was a teen. He didn't know any better of how to conduct yourself during, how to conduct yourself in high school and how to conduct yourself when drunk. When you're in high school, you don't know how to conduct yourself. You're too busy having fun, getting turned.
And everybody's horny too, so.
Yeah, but wait. That does not excuse if a girl says no.
It don't excuse that.
Yeah, it doesn't excuse anything. I don't care if his penis was coming out of his head. You put it away if nobody wants to see it, okay?
Right. It doesn't excuse that at all.
But you don't really remember, and that's the one thing I will give Brett Kavanaugh. You don't have any inhibition. But the one thing that I will say is that you know, all of this came about because Christine Blasey Ford says she wanted to make sure that when he was on the show, when he was on the list, before he was even picked as the nominee, she said she submitted to them and letting them know, hey, Brett Kavanaugh has a very complex history, especially when it comes to women. I think you might want to look into that.
Right.
And they didn't look into it. Donald Trump, the rapist in chief, of course went with Brett Kavanaugh. And, you know, it got messy, and so she's had to come forward. I'm going to be honest, I appreciate her coming forward. It was bravery, but I don't think she should have, because it's not going to change anything.
But it's good for her because, you know, when you go through traumatic things like that, you gotta sometimes you gotta get that off your chest.
This is different though. She's had to do this in front of the entire world.
Right.
This wasn't her in front of Brett telling him, this is what you did to me, and I'm mad that you did it privately. She had to do this on national television.
Well, it's courageous.
It's courageous.
Very courageous.
But the thing, she did this because she felt it was her American duty. Why would she want to do this? That's the one thing I'm not trying to do. I'm not trying to discredit her.
Right.
Because she did something that I don't think a lot of people could do. I couldn't do.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, for Democrats, especially leading up into the next upcoming election, if you all think this is going to stop Brett Kavanaugh, then you are wrong.
No, it's not.
This is not going to stop him. They've already made their decision.
Right.
So what we need to do is vote, everybody. Vote. November's coming up.
Voting is important.
Midterms. Everybody needs to go out there and vote.
Voting is
Because whatever laws that this man thinks he might want to get through, trust me, if the tables are turned, it'll be a lot harder for him to accomplish those things.
Absolutely.
So we need to make sure that we go out and vote, and that everybody needs to know your vote does matter. It really does matter. And I'm not trying to be a PSA out here for voting, but it's the truth. It does matter. We have the rest of October to really know what we're voting for. We need to be on the right side of history instead of the wrong side of history. We were on the wrong side of history when we voted this orange SOB into office. I'm sorry.
Carrot Top's father.
Not even Carrot Top's father, like Orange Glow. The stuff you use to wash paint off your hands. That's what he looks like with his mushroom-shaped, you know what. Hashtag and shout out to Miss Stormy Daniels for giving us all the nasty details. But, you know, back to what I was saying though, he's gonna get confirmed. This is not gonna stop anything. But what it will do, and what I hope it will do, is this is a lesson for everybody. Because let me just be honest, let me spill the tea. We didn't go out and vote, and this is why we're in this situation we are in now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you didn't go out and vote, we're stuck here.
Because a lot of people were confused about the election, and they just didn't know who to pick or who to choose.
Yeah. They knew who to pick. They knew it wasn't Donald Trump. And instead of, but because we didn't get Bernie, everyone said, oh, well, I'm not going to go vote. I'm sorry. But Bernie even said, y'all need to get your butts out there and vote.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if we're going to be looking at a Bernie Sanders presidency anytime soon.
No,
so we have to live with our choices. But what we can do when we make wrong choices is make them right. Right the wrongs that we've done. So I'm telling everybody right now, go out there and vote. Go out there, vote. And let's make America the way it was during the Obama era. Black again. I'm joking. So, but we're going to wrap it up today, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Special thanks to Miss Jessalyn Ragus for joining us on our show today. Again, everybody, thank you for joining on the Morning Tea. Watch out for us on WindyCityUnderground.com, or you can go on WindyCityUnderground.com on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram at It's Michael Bish 92_92, or follow us at the Morning Tea Show on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you guys have a good rest of the day. So make sure you take a seat and sip some tea. Goodbye, Chicago.
Bye.
Morning Tea with Mike.